First time I volunteered, I did not know what to expect. I had a great aunt who had been volunteering for 50 years of her life. And the first time I asked her to take a vacation with me, she said I had to get permission. She's been volunteering at the same organization for 50 years. And she said, I need permission to take time off. I didn't understand it until I started volunteering at the first food pantry. And it was hysterical because I got in and I realized at the end of the day, which it was like 5 hours, I didn't think about anything that was in my life. It emptied my mind of myself, and all I did was think about other people and how I can make this program that I participated in part of my life. I could have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in therapy had I started volunteering 30 years earlier. So that's volunteering to me. That's volunteering. Working at the pantry, it's a vision. I got so upset volunteering at 2 other pantries, funding them, organizing them, because nonprofits do not know how to operate a business. A typical nonprofit, they want to focus on the donor. The donor is their most important person, and then next is the employees of the organization. The client is the last thing on their mind. And I started getting an attitude problem with the last organization I was with, because all they cared about were the damn donors. And I'm thinking, if you don't have clients to serve, and if you're not meeting a mission of what their needs are, you don't need the donors. The premise is clients. If you don't have clients, you don't have an organization. So serve the clients first. So Craig's Pantry was started with a real simple premise. Let's meet their needs. Dietary restriction needs was first. At the other pantries I volunteered at, and the ones that I've experienced, because I also did a lot of homework around the country, they give what they have in stock. Whatever they give for donations, whatever they're able to buy, that's what they give out. And everyone gets the same bags. There is no differences. They don't want any problems. And I'm thinking, well, if a client can't eat something that you're giving them, what's the point of giving it to them? You're going to waste it. And one director said to me, well, they'll give it to a neighbor. I'm not feeding that neighbor. And I'm not feeding the aid that's helping that client. I got angry. And I said, no, we're going to personalize the fact that no, they have to be the same. So some other nonsense, and I just said, okay, it's time for our own pantry. And that's how Craig's Pantry got started. So dietary restrictions was the first and most important thing. Gluten-free, dairy-free. Gluten can't have sugar, they can't have salt. Whatever the medical restrictions were, we individually packed every bag. And we delivered to them. When I was a kid, Sundays were family day. I went to see my grandparents on Sundays. And a lot of people did, before my generation and post. So I started doing Sundays family distribution delivery. It was meant for to focus on elderly. Unfortunately, I'm not considered elderly at my age, but I don't think that as anything but people who are stuck at home and can't get out and get their stuff. Well, they also don't have people. So I wanted a family to bring them community to their house. It was a drop-off service. My program? No. We're gonna open the door, we're gonna bring the food into the kitchen, and we're gonna create a conversation. And the children are gonna be there. No, my children were babies. My grandparents were still around barely. I watched my grandma move like that. No, there wasn't a day didn't go by her back didn't hurt. And then she'd bend down, bathe my son. And she felt great. Children are medicine to elderly. So a family unit bringing the outside world to them, to the client, in their home, and sitting with them for a visit. I used to say a minimum 15 minutes. It went faster. That was the simple premise of how the pantry's business model is. Dietary restrictions, home visit with them, make them feel loved, give them contact with people, give them children to make them feel life again. During COVID, I stopped doing no visits and drop-offs. At the door, we see the client, we protected them. So I would just call in the clients and give them ideas. And for the ones that were mostly from the East Coast, I said, I found on YouTube, if you have computers, you can look up Bush Mountain comedians. And all the resorts from that time period, the old guys like Roy Amsterdam or Earl, Jerry Lewis, any of those great comedies, they're all on YouTube from that time period. And I said, go back in time when Briggs were back. Or pull out the family albums. Even from when you were young. Just go back in time and forget what's going on, because we didn't know what's going on. We felt scared and we felt alone. And I was trying to give them some sort of connection. So that was what happened. And we're going to now start going back to clients who want us to be local. The question comes up about Craig's Pantry. Why my pantry is unique. And we call it a boutique. It's actually a niche boutique because I feed a specific segment of the community, predominantly elderly, some Holocaust survivors. We do some women that are victims of domestic abuse. We have families. Matter of fact, when a client does become part of our family, to be included, they're so good that when they get back on their feet, because we do have people that are on permanently and we have some people who are on temporarily. And Craig's Pantry is a boutique, a niche boutique. They're part of our family. I have a motto. I don't feed anybody something I would eat myself. So it's name brand foods. I try not to give them generic crap. I won't give them hamburger helper, which is a kosher anyhow. But I wouldn't give them that junk. I give them stuff that I eat at home, or any normal person would eat at home. A pantry, two pantries I worked at before, they would just stuff the shelves and give them chili or anything, whatever they had on the shelves. No, not what specifically what I eat, but what kind of things. If you eat crappy food, you feel crappy. If you eat well, you feel well. It's a psychological, emotional feeling. And I'm very passionate about this because I'm angry the way that other pantries deal with, they do food drives to fill their shelves. Believe it or not, the donations we get of food drives are extra give-ups. We have a traditional bag that we give. We know what we're going to do every 2 weeks. Distributions are every 2 weeks on Sundays. But if I get food drives, those are extras. I don't stock my shelves from food drives, and I don't use the money that I get from a donor to pay the rent. Opposite of every concept a not-profit pantry runs. I underwrite all the expenses. I only have one paid employee. We are volunteer driven. I will not hire people to do what I feel is God's work. And this is our mission. And we are on a mission from God, like I did with the Blues Brothers. Second, the money that I put out covers the rent, covers the utilities, covers the vehicle, covers the insurance. I buy the food. My problem is, I hear organizations that I saw, they raise money under the concept of the mission, but they don't allocate it to the mission. It goes to overhead. I'll cover the overhead. What's happened to us, and we're now reaching out, asking for more help financially. The costs since COVID have been horribly affected to our budget. We got killed first on the supply chain, and what was available. A dear friend who is an angel, he saved us from cutting back from roast to whole chickens for the high holidays. And he wrote me a check to cover both Passover, the future, and Rosh Hashanah just passed. I need more angels. I need more people to help me. God sends messengers that come on our shoulder and talk to us. I need people to be on my shoulder. I don't need you to carry me. I need you to walk with me. Help me fulfill the mission. I don't want to cut back the food that I get to my clients. I cover the overhead. All donations go strictly to food. My grandma Lamm never told me she loved me. She fed me, and I learned food is love, and that is the truth.